Friends, I need to talk to you about something urgent, something most seniors face but rarely think about. Every 17 minutes, someone just like you suffers a stroke in their own bathroom. And the shocking truth? Most never see it coming. The very place you visit 6 to 8 times a day could be silently tripling your stroke risk. Right now, millions of seniors are unknowingly performing 4 everyday bathroom habits that quietly damage their blood vessels. Your doctor probably never warned you, but I've seen it again and again in my patients. Just last week, Eleanor, a lively 72-year-old grandma, nearly lost her life doing something as ordinary as her morning routine. The same 4 habits that seemed harmless for decades had become a ticking time bomb. In the next few minutes, I'll reveal these hidden dangers and the simple, free steps you can take to protect yourself. Because when it comes to your brain health, what happens in your bathroom doesn't stay there. And don't miss the last habit. It is what many cardiologists call the huffing silent killer, responsible for more strokes than the other 3 combined. Stick with me, hit like and subscribe for more life-saving advice for seniors like Eleanor and like you. Habit number 1. The dangerous strain. Now, let's talk about our first dangerous habit, what I and many of my colleagues refer to as the dangerous strain. You see, it wasn't age or even genetics that was Eleanor's biggest enemy. And for many of you watching, it might not be yours either. It was something far, far more common. Something that seems utterly harmless on the surface. A private little moment in your day. Now, here's where the science gets a little scary, especially for us as we get a little older. When you strain like Eleanor did, your blood pressure doesn't just nudge up a little bit. Oh no, it can skyrocket by a whopping 60 to 80 points in mere seconds. Imagine your perfectly normal blood pressure, say 130 over 80, suddenly surging to 200 over 140, or even higher, in the blink of an eye. This massive sudden spike forces your precious heart to work overtime, straining every muscle, pushing it to its absolute limits. And at the very same moment, here's the cruel irony, it's actually reducing critical blood flow to your brain. It's like trying to hit the gas pedal and the brake at the same time in your car. A recipe for immediate, silent disaster for your most vital organs. But here's the truly deadly twist for us seniors. As we gracefully age, our blood vessels, those vital pipelines carrying life-giving blood to every cell in our body, become less flexible. Think of them like old garden hoses that have seen too many summers and too many winters. They get stiff, they get brittle, and they're much, much more prone to cracking and even bursting under sudden, intense pressure. So, when Eleanor's blood pressure suddenly spiked during her straining, those rigid, fragile vessels in her brain were being pushed far, far beyond their breaking point. That sheer force, my friends, was literally tearing at the delicate, intricate networks that keep her brain functioning smoothly, keeping her sharp, keeping her independent, keeping her her. It's a silent attack on your most precious asset. One morning, instead of the relief she desperately sought, Eleanor suddenly felt a sharp, disorienting dizziness. The bathroom, the whole room, started to spin violently. She had to quickly grip the cold porcelain bathroom wall just to keep herself from tumbling over, from hitting the hard tile floor. This wasn't just a minor dizzy spell that you brush off. What Eleanor experienced, and what sends thousands and thousands of seniors to emergency rooms across America every single year, is medically known as defecation syncope. And tragically, for far too many, they never make it to the hospital alive. The warning signs, folks, they're unmistakable. If only we knew to look for them. If only someone had told us. Feeling dizzy or lightheaded right after straining? Seeing little spots or stars dancing in your vision? Experiencing a sudden, crushing headache that seems to come out of nowhere? Or feeling your heart suddenly racing like a drum, pounding against your chest? These aren't just uncomfortable moments that pass. These, my dear friends, are your brain and your precious heart screaming out for help, begging you to pay attention, pleading with you to recognize the danger before something truly, irrevocably catastrophic happens. Now, I'm not just speculating here, drawing theories from a textbook. This isn't just a random medical curiosity. The scientific studies back this up with sobering clarity. Seniors who regularly strain during bowel movements are a staggering 300% more likely to experience serious cardiovascular events. Let that sink in. 300%. That means a much higher risk of devastating strokes, a much higher risk of sudden heart attacks, all triggered by a seemingly innocent everyday act. Your bathroom, believe it or not, literally becomes a dangerous zone, where routine bodily functions can, in an instant, turn into life-threatening situations. So, what can we do? What's the practical fix? The first, most crucial step: you've got to stop that dangerous straining. Right now. You simply must. Listen to your body. Give it the respect and gentle care it deserves. Don't push it beyond its limits. The good news is, the solution is remarkably simple, and it often starts right on your plate, and, just as important, in your glass. Eleanor, bless her heart, quickly learned this. Now, she makes sure she has drinking plenty of water throughout the day. Not just a little sip here and there, but truly staying hydrated consistently. And she's made it a point to add more fiber-rich foods into her daily diet. Things like whole grains, fresh fruits, and plenty of colorful vegetables. This simple, common-sense change helps keep everything moving along smoothly. If you catch my drift, so there's absolutely no need for that harmful, dangerous straining. It's about being proactive, not reactive. Tell me, my friends, have you ever felt that dizzy spell, that lightheadedness, right after straining in the bathroom? If so, you've experienced exactly what Eleanor did. A mini-stroke warning that most people completely ignore, thinking it's just part of getting older. It's not. Please share your experience in the comments below, because recognizing these signs could truly save your life, or help you save someone else's. Your story might just be the beacon of hope another person needs to hear. Habit number 2, the hot water trap. Now, let's talk about our second dangerous habit. Something that feels so wonderful, so comforting, but carries a hidden risk: the hot water trap. For Eleanor, this seemed like pure, unadulterated luxury. Her passionate love affair with scalding hot showers. After decades of teaching noisy teenagers, those steamy, almost burning showers were her sanctuary, her private escape, a moment of blissful peace. She'd turn that handle as far right as it would go, creating a bathroom sauna that fogged every mirror, making her feel utterly relaxed. The hotter, the better, she'd often tell her daughters, who, I must admit, frequently worried about her skin looking like a boiled lobster after each session. What felt like heavenly relaxation, my friends, was actually pushing her body, slowly but surely, toward a serious medical emergency. Eleanor, sadly, discovered this danger the hard way. About 3 months ago, during her typical morning ritual, she was luxuriating in her nearly scalding shower. She was lost in thought, enjoying the steam, when suddenly the entire bathroom started spinning wildly around her. Her knees buckled without warning, and she instinctively grabbed the shower bar, a lifeline, just in time to prevent what could have been a devastating fall. The dizziness, she told me later, was so intense, so profound, that she had to slowly lower herself onto the shower floor, sitting there for a good 10 minutes, gasping, utterly confused, and trying to make sense of what just happened. Her skin was beet red, like a boiled lobster. Her heart was racing wildly, and she felt a deep nausea that lingered for hours afterward. What Eleanor experienced, and what many of you might have felt as a fleeting moment, was actually a transient ischemic attack, or a TIA, essentially a mini-stroke. It was triggered by that dramatic blood pressure fluctuation, that sudden drop from her piping hot shower. The intense hot water had caused such severe vasodilation that her brain temporarily lost adequate blood supply. She was, quite literally, one heartbeat away from a full, debilitating stroke that could have left her paralyzed, or worse. These aren't just senior moments, they are genuine medical alarms. The medical research on this is, frankly, quite startling. It's not just anecdotal. Studies show that seniors who regularly take showers with water temperatures above 104 degrees Fahrenheit are a staggering 250% more likely to experience cardiovascular events. Think about that. 2.5 times the risk. The combination of intense heat, the steam filling an enclosed space, and the demands on an aging body simply creates conditions that overwhelm even the most robust aging cardiovascular systems. Emergency rooms across our country see a noticeable spike in senior shower-related incidents, with far too many victims found unconscious on bathroom floors. But here's the insidious part, the truly tricky bit. This habit feels so good. It's so comforting. So, most seniors, understandably, never connect their post-shower dizziness, that sudden fatigue, or those nagging headaches to the actual water temperature. They blame it on age, on just a bad day. But it's not. So, what's the simple, practical fix? The safe shower temperature for us seniors should never ever exceed 100 degrees Fahrenheit. That's warm enough to be perfectly comfortable, perfectly relaxing, but not so hot that it triggers that dangerous vasodilation and the subsequent blood pressure drop. Eleanor, after her scare, now wisely uses a simple shower thermometer. You can pick one up for a few dollars at any hardware store. She quickly discovered that slightly cooler showers actually leave her feeling much more energized and alert throughout the day, not drained and dizzy. It's a small change, but it makes a huge difference in how she feels, and more importantly, in her safety. What's your ideal shower temperature? Be honest with yourself. Are you, like Eleanor once was, addicted to that scalding hot water? Please drop a comment below and let us know. Your answer might just reveal whether you unknowingly putting yourself at serious risk for a stroke every single time you step into that shower. Let's learn from each other. Habit number 3, the sudden stand-up. Now, let's move on to our third dangerous habit. Something so commonplace, so seemingly harmless, that it almost escapes notice. The sudden stand-up. Eleanor, like so many of us, had done this thousands of times without a second thought, without a single whisper of concern. After sitting on the toilet for several minutes, she'd simply pop right up and head to the sink, never ever imagining that this split-second, seemingly innocent movement was actually setting her up for a catastrophic fall, and much, much worse. Like most seniors I've encountered, Eleanor had gradually developed what doctors call orthostatic hypotension. Again, a big medical term, but what it boils down to is a simple yet dangerous reality. Your blood pressure drops precariously when you change positions too quickly, especially going from sitting or lying down to standing. It's a silent, internal hiccup that can have devastating external consequences. When Eleanor regained consciousness, a terrifying 3 minutes later, she was lying on the unforgiving bathroom floor in a small pool of blood, confused, terrified, and disoriented. The fall had opened a nasty 4-inch gash on the back of her head and bruised her tailbone severely. But the real terrifying damage, the internal damage, was far more concerning. That sudden, precipitous blood pressure drop had temporarily cut off circulation to her brain, causing what medical professionals call a presyncope episode. This was a powerful warning, a moment that could have so easily triggered a full, debilitating stroke. The emergency room doctors, looking very serious, explained to Eleanor that her blood pressure had plummeted from a sitting 135/80 to a shocking 85/50 within mere seconds of standing. That kind of severe drop is enough to cause immediate unconsciousness in anyone, but especially in an older adult. This dramatic, sudden fluctuation puts enormous, unbearable stress on the brain's delicate blood vessels, often causing them to rupture or, just as dangerously, become blocked. Eleanor was incredibly, miraculously fortunate that her fall didn't result in a stroke, a brain hemorrhage, or a broken hip, any of which could have tragically ended her precious independence forever. And again, this isn't just Eleanor's story. Research shows that orthostatic hypotension affects up to 30% of seniors over the age of 70. Yet, most of us are completely, utterly unaware that we even have this condition until we experience a serious, life-altering fall. And the bathroom environment, let's be honest, makes this exponentially more dangerous. Hard ceramic surfaces, confined spaces, and, critically, the privacy that delays help when accidents inevitably occur. You're often alone when it happens. So, what's the surprisingly simple, yet profoundly effective solution? It requires a bit of discipline, a new habit, but it's worth every second. Eleanor now faithfully follows what her doctor, Dr. Martinez, calls the 3-step safety method. This isn't complicated, but it's life-saving. First, after finishing her business, she sits perfectly still for a full 30 seconds. She just breathes, allowing her circulation to gently stabilize. Second, she slowly, deliberately moves to the very edge of the toilet seat and pauses for another 15 seconds, letting her body begin adjusting to the upcoming position change. And finally, she stands up gradually, ever so slowly. While holding onto a sturdy grab bar, she had them installed in all the right places, taking a full 10 seconds to reach her complete upright position. This methodical, patient approach has eliminated Eleanor's dizzy spells. It gives her cardiovascular system the precious time it needs to properly redirect blood flow, gently and safely, to her brain. She's installed those sturdy grab bars at strategic locations around her bathroom, smart, simple additions. And now, she approaches every position change, not with haste, but with patience and a healthy respect for her body's limitations. Since implementing these thoughtful changes, Eleanor hasn't experienced a single episode of dizziness or lightheadedness in the bathroom. Her confidence has soared, her peace of mind restored. She no longer fears those necessary trips that once felt like walking through a dangerous minefield. Do you ever feel that sudden head rush, that brief moment of darkness when you stand up quickly? If so, you're experiencing exactly what Eleanor did. You might think it's nothing, but it's your body's urgent warning. Please, tell me in the comments, have you tried to slow down your movements? What's your strategy to stay safe when standing up? Your insights could genuinely help others in our community. Habit number 4, the midnight rush. Now, we come to our 4th, and I must tell you, the most dangerous habit of all. This is the one Eleanor's cardiologist, Dr. Martinez grimly referred to as the silent killer. It's a seemingly innocent routine, a perfectly normal part of life for many of us, but it's actually responsible for more senior strokes than the other three habits combined. This one, my friends, will truly shock you because it's something almost every senior does, often multiple times every single night. I'm talking about the midnight rush. Eleanor's fourth and most dangerous habit happened in the quiet darkness of night. The unprepared, urgent, midnight bathroom rush. Like a staggering 80% of seniors across our nation, Eleanor found herself waking up 2 to 3 times nightly with an undeniable pressing need to use the bathroom. Half asleep, groggy, and desperate for quick relief, she'd stumble through her dark hallway, often bumping into furniture, never ever realizing that these seemingly innocent nighttime trips were creating the perfect perilous conditions for a devastating stroke. It's a cruel irony, isn't it? Seeking relief, only to walk into danger. What Eleanor was experiencing was a hypertensive crisis. Her blood pressure had spiked to a terrifying 210/120, putting her immediately into stroke territory. The dangerous combination of dehydration, the amplified effects of her medications, and that sudden rapid change in position had created a perfect deadly storm inside her cardiovascular system. Her precious brain was being squeezed by dangerously high pressure, while simultaneously being starved of properly oxygenated blood. It was being attacked from 2 sides at once. Fortunately, Eleanor, in that moment of immense pain and fear, recognized something was seriously, terrifyingly wrong. Instead of pushing through to the bathroom, driven by urgency, she wisely, slowly, carefully lowered herself to the floor and, with shaking hands, managed to call 911. Paramedics arrived within 8 minutes to find her blood pressure still dangerously elevated at 195/115. They immediately administered emergency medication and rushed her to the hospital, where doctors confirmed she'd been mere minutes away from a major, life-altering stroke. Hospital tests revealed that Eleanor's nighttime dehydration was so severe that her blood had literally become syrupy thick, making it incredibly difficult for her heart to pump. Simultaneously, her medications had indeed created those dramatic, dangerous blood pressure fluctuations throughout the night. Dr. Martinez, her wise cardiologist, later explained to her, and to me, that seniors who make these unprepared nighttime bathroom trips are a startling 400% more likely to experience strokes between midnight and 6 a.m., a period medical professionals grimly, but accurately, call the danger hours. So, what's the life-saving solution? It requires a bit of preparation, some mindfulness, and things most seniors never even consider. Eleanor, after her terrifying ordeal, now faithfully keeps a large water bottle right beside her bed. Before any nighttime bathroom trip, she drinks 4 to 6 ounces of water. This simple act, this little sip, helps to gently thin her blood and stabilize her circulation, preparing her body for movement. She also smartly installed motion-activated nightlights throughout her hallway and bathroom. No more stumbling in darkness, no more unseen obstacles. And, critically, she now follows a mandatory 2-minute preparation routine before ever getting out of bed. Her new nighttime protocol includes, first, sitting on the very edge of her bed for a full 60 seconds, allowing her blood pressure to gently adjust to the upright position. Second, she drinks that small amount of water to counteract any dehydration. And third, she moves slowly, deliberately, with conscious pauses, giving her body time to catch up. She also worked closely with Dr. Martinez to adjust her medication timing, spacing out her doses to minimize those dangerous overnight concentration peaks that were creating such wild blood pressure swings. Since implementing these thoughtful, intentional changes, Eleanor's nighttime blood pressure readings have stabilized dramatically. Her sleep quality has improved immensely, not just because her body is healthier, but because she no longer harbors that gnawing fear of those necessary bathroom trips. And crucially, she hasn't experienced any dizziness, any headaches, any of those terrifying warning signs during her nighttime routines. Medical research, you see, confirms what Eleanor discovered. Proper hydration and gradual position changes can reduce nighttime stroke risk by up to 75% in seniors. Yet, the sad truth is, most older adults continue these dangerous midnight rushes, completely unaware they were playing a high-stakes game of Russian roulette with their precious brain health multiple times every single night. Do you prepare for your nighttime bathroom visits, my friends? Or do you, like Eleanor used to, rush through the darkness, putting yourself at unnecessary risk? Please, share your nighttime routine in the comments below. Your habits might just reveal whether you're unknowingly putting yourself in danger during those vulnerable midnight hours. Let's create a safe space for us all to learn and protect ourselves. As we wrap up our time together, we've explored 4 critical, often overlooked bathroom habits that can truly, profoundly impact our golden years. But remember, knowledge is only truly powerful when we put it into action. It's not enough to just watch and nod. So now, I have one very important question for you, a personal challenge, if you will. What is the one small commitment you are making to yourself after watching this video? What's that single, simple change you will implement starting today to protect your precious brain and heart? It could be as simple as, I will drink a glass of water before my morning coffee. Or, I will check my shower temperature before I step in. Maybe it's, I will sit on the edge of my bed for a full minute before I stand up tonight. Or, I'm going to install a nightlight in my hallway. Please share your personal commitment in the comments below. Let's inspire each other to take that first, brave step. Your commitment might just be the spark someone else needs. And if you found real value, genuine insight, and true inspiration in our time together today, please show your support by giving this video a heartfelt like. To ensure you continue on this journey with us, to never miss another video full of life-changing wisdom and practical advice, hit that subscribe button. It's more than just subscribing. It's joining a supportive community dedicated to living our healthiest, happiest, and most independent lives together. Finally, think of one person, just one, who truly needs to hear this message today. A parent, a grandparent, a neighbor, a dear friend. And please, take a moment to share this video with them. You might just be the messenger who changes their life, who prevents a tragedy, who gives them back their peace of mind. Thank you for watching, my friends. Stay healthy, stay wise, and I'll see you in the next video, ready to share more insights for your vibrant golden years.